So 2020 started out going out west mule deer hunting. We saw a lot of deer while we were out there, but neither Scott nor I were able to connect with one on that trip. I did head back out there in late October and was able to harvest a nice mule deer. So we're out checking cameras and figuring out which deer are doing what, and it just got tough. We hunted almost every single day through mid-October, and I don't know that we saw one single shooter deer. So October 24th, Scott and I decided to go up to a stand that called Trusty, and it was a morning of all mornings. Up to this point, it had been a pretty slow morning. This buck came in and actually bedded down right in front of us. So this buck had been laying there for a good 20 to 25 minutes, and the small buck came in and got him on his feet. They walked around for a little while, and you could tell who the boss was. As soon as the larger buck had pushed that small buck off, he went back and laid down in the same spot.
That's pretty cool. We had that small buck come in and lay down about probably an hour and a half ago, and then this laser 9-pointer came in and kind of came out of nowhere and laid down. Got up, fed right over here about 20 yards from the tree, and then went back and laid down again. So we're probably going to have limited movement for a little while here. Hopefully he gets up and moves along, but it's pretty cool to have him come in and do that right in front of you.
So out comes a buck that we nicknamed Swoops. This is one of the up-and-comers. He's a young deer, and he needs another year, but he's going to be a giant someday. Swoops had no more than walked out of our view, and out came a buck that we were after.
Hey, here comes a pretty good buck right here.
As soon as this deer came over the hill and started heading our way, I knew it was a deer that I wanted to harvest. He's very mature, and we knew him very well. At this point, I thought he had us busted. I didn't think there was any chance this deer was going to come any closer or give me a shot opportunity. Now you might be asking yourself the same question I was asking myself. Why didn't I shoot him when he was standing there broadside? I just didn't have a solid enough anchor and I wasn't ready to pull the trigger. So I've been at full draw for quite a while now. I'm starting to get pretty tired. I really just needed him to turn and give me a shot.
This morning we decided to come in here to a stand that Scott calls Trusty. And it's one of those spots where if you're not feeling very good and you haven't been seeing many deer, you come to this tree because you're going to see a lot of deer. And that's what happened this morning. Boy, we had deer all around us. There were small bucks chasing does. We had bucks bedded 15 and 40 yards away from us. Does going all over the place. And it seemed like every single buck that we saw this morning came right by this tree. And I believe we get this buck, it'll be the 5th deer shot out of this tree. So as you can understand, that's why it's called Trusty, because it's a really good spot.
So we watched him walk out of sight and sat there until about 11 o'clock. We didn't really intend to sit that long, but the deer just kept coming, and Scott actually passed up a really nice 10-pointer probably an hour after I'd shot that 8.
Brent and I got in here this morning. It's been probably, 40 minutes ago when Brent shot his buck out of this tree. We had this buck come through about 15 minutes ago. Now I just passed him up at about 20 yards. He's so pretty, I just couldn't get myself to shoot him. I just got a lot of deer on the wall that size, and I'm looking for the 2 I missed. That's kind of, I gotta redeem myself on one of them 2 bucks. So. Alright, well, we're down on the track of this buck that I shot probably a couple hours ago. The angle was pretty high, so my entrance was steep, and I didn't get a pass through, so we're struggling to find some blood, but we just came across some blood here. So hopefully we can keep on that and figure out his direction of travel and find him laying up here shortly. There he is, right up here. Got him. Alright, well here he is. We just got done tracking him up after one of the most epic and eventful mornings ever. I mean, I'm not kidding you. We saw, I think probably at least five deer over 130 inches this morning, and they just kept getting bigger as the morning went on.
this big fella. I'm super grateful to have the opportunity to hunt a deer like this, and Scott and I have done a lot of work. I appreciate Scott letting me come over here and do some hunting with him and harvest a great animal like this. When he came in this morning, he had me pegged in the tree. I was trying to click my release on, and he looked right up at me, so I kind of had to blind click my release on, and the gig was up. He was on his way out of there, but he did turn broadside long enough for me to get a shot, and here he is. Really excited, really happy. October 24th, things are just starting to get interesting, so I'll be behind the camera from here on out for Scott, but I'm looking forward to it and I can't wait.